I'm Allie and welcome to Haven's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making golden grilled chicken and peaches. There's something about this dish that reminds us of like a 70s sunset in California, maybe Malibu. I don't know if it's the grilled peaches or our golden tahini. Something about it just brings us back. Does anybody remember Saucy Susan? It was this incredible jar of like apricot and peach preserves, kind of like duck sauce, really amazing with chicken. Well, this is sort of like that, except we're grilling peaches and we're tossing it with the golden chicken. If this recipe sounds like something you'd like to make, be sure to subscribe. Okay, let's get started. First off, if you don't have a grill outside, no sweat. We love using a grill pan. Easy to clean, you get all of that delicious char like you would on a regular grill outside, but you get to do it all year round. So we're gonna heat up our grill pan. It's made out of cast iron. While your chicken is tempering, we're gonna get the grill pan super, super hot, just like we would with an outdoor grill. Moving on to ingredients, we have our chicken drumsticks, we have some fresh basil, peaches, red onions, and of course, our golden turmeric tahini, which is the star of the dish. Let's talk about cooking chicken. A lot of people are a little nervous about cooking chicken. They feel like it's either undercooked or overcooked. They can't get it crispy. They're not sure when to take it off the heat. And there are a couple of tricks to really help you de-stress about your chicken cooking. Number one is you want to temper the chicken before you cook it. So don't take it right out of the fridge and put it in the oven or in the pan or on the grill. Let it come up to like close to room temperature, and all you have to do is just let it sit out for a little bit. It's perfect for a recipe like this because we're gonna let our grill pan heat up while the chicken is coming to room temperature. We can kind of prep the other ingredients. Another thing with chicken is to make sure that if you're grilling, you have a super hot pan, or if you're roasting, you have a super hot oven. When people say preheat your oven, they really mean preheat your oven. A hot pan will make sure that you're cooking the whole chicken really evenly all the way through. Last tip about grilling or cooking chicken, you want to make sure in order to get like a really nice sear or, crisp skin, you want to make sure that your chicken is dry. So we always just kind of pat it dry with a paper towel before we put it in a pan, before we put it on a grill, before we roast it. And of course, we want to make sure for safety that every time you touch the raw chicken, you're washing your hands really carefully with soap and water, and you're using a plastic, not a wooden cutting board, if you're ever cutting chicken directly on the board. So for this recipe, all we're going to do is salt the chicken, we're going to throw it on the grill pan, and we're going to get it nice and seared, those nice strips of char. While the chicken's cooking, we're going to prep the onions, cut them into wedges, cut the peaches in half, and we're gonna chiffonade the basil so it looks really pretty in strips. We're gonna cook the chicken, and while it's on the grill, we're gonna prep all of our other ingredients. Then we're gonna put the peaches and onions on the grill, toss the chicken with the golden tahini, so you get the nice crisp from the grill, and then you also get on top of it this really gorgeous sauce. Then we're gonna put it all together on a platter and wow all of our friends. So while the chicken is on the grill, we just cut our onions into wedges. We're gonna put them in a bowl. We're gonna cut our peaches in half, pull out the little stems. Again, you're gonna put the peach on the knife and not move the knife so much, but just kind of move the peach around the knife. Pull it out like that, and then get the pit out. 2 halves. Now we're just going to toss the onions and peaches with a little bit of olive oil before we put them on the grill pan. I also want to show you how to make a really pretty cut for a leaf like basil. So, of course, if you want, you can just rip your basil and throw it in. There's no judgment here. If you want to make a little bit more elegant and like chefy of a cut, we're gonna make a chiffonade by basically laying the leaves on top of each other and rolling them tightly. Some of you might know how to do this already. Super tight roll. And then basically cutting across using our knife, making thin little strips. And what you end up with are these beautiful strips of basil. Really pretty. Okay, so these are nice and cooked and crispy. We're just gonna put them in a bowl and we're gonna toss them with our tahini sauce. While the grill is nice and hot, we're gonna add the peaches and the onions. Trying to get as much of the flat side touching the grill as possible to get those great sear marks. Great. So our chicken is nice and crispy from the grill. We're going to give it a nice toss and coat it with the golden tahini while the peaches and the onions are grilling. And give it a nice toss. So I like grilling and then saucing because you kind of get the best of both worlds. Sometimes when you add the sauce on first, kind of makes it hard to get the really crispy sear that I like from the grill. So I like to roast or grill and then toss with the sauce. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Ooh, we're getting there. So there you have it, golden tahini, crispy chicken, jammy peaches, herbs, the onions, everything perfect for a great summer meal. 4 ingredients, not a lot of work, happy cooking. If you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to like and subscribe for all of our new tips and tricks videos. For the full recipe and textable shopping list, click the link below. Thank you so much for watching and cook happy.